So Mary, just tell me about Magic. Let me know what age he is, what you use him for.
Okay, he's 21. He is team roping horse specifically. He is quarter horse thoroughbred.
Okay.
Let's see, any past physical
Yeah.
major
Is
issues?
there any
Because there
issues?
was, when we bought him about, oh gosh, was he 10? Can't even remember now. Probably about 10.
Okay.
He had a bladder stone, very large, size of a grapefruit.
Wow.
So had major surgery up at CCU to have it removed.
Okay.
And recovered fine from it. The interesting thing, it was undiagnosed when we bought him, but we knew immediately something was wrong, and he was really straining and peeing blood. But what was incredible, so Dusty was riding for a day or two, and this horse like put up with the pain.
Wow.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
really, 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 really stoic.
Okay.
He is, we joke a little bit that, I mean, he's sort of the hot-tempered, but more in the competitive way,
Right.
not just the nutty, spooky stuff.
Gotcha.
Gets very excited about his job, but we're careful about tempering, the team roping, the mixing in, slow-paced stuff.
Right.
Arena work, dressage work, and all those things, and it really calms him down.
Okay.
But he's the type of horse that if you if you don't ride all winter, he'll be hot, and you don't just go grab him, you keep him rode down.
Okay.
Well, that's sort of
thing-
his temperament.
Yeah, well, one thing that I really noticed about him is that he just has a really intelligent look about him. And he also, he looks kind of like a horse that would require, some regular work. He's
Yep.
got a keen.
Yes.
Just kind of a keen look to him.
Yes.
So other than the bladder stone, has he had any other health challenges?
No, other than, again, there looks like there's some old sort of like maybe backed out of the trailer too quick, sort of bumps and things on legs or whatever, but we've never had any lameness issues with him personally. And we haven't had any other, he doesn't get super bad skin issues. He doesn't, we haven't had colic with him. He responds to chiropractic, but we don't have to do it a lot.
Right.
Immediately if he won't take a correct canter lead, he's out, you get it done, it fixed, and he holds it. So in general, I would classify him as extremely healthy, a solid horse.
When you ride him, is he happy to just kind of plod along, or does he want to move?
He wants to go.
Yeah.
You have to, we've had to teach him to go slow. Go slow. And when he does get it, I call it his glass of wine.
Yeah.
Because then he goes, oh, okay.
Right.
And he then really likes to stretch out his back and he'll go slow. So we do sort of that yoga for him,
Right.
which is mental and physical.
Does he have anything that is a problem for him right now with his training?
No, he doesn't. And he's all up to date on all sorts of his chiropractic, dental, all those things. The practitioners have sort of come by recently. And no, if the only problem, and it's not really a problem, it's him. When he gets competitive or ropes a lot, he's thinking, oh, let's go. And you have to say, okay, calm it down. You can't just go right now. You have to go when I say.
Well, based on what you're telling me, just the first thing that comes to mind is I think there's some water in there because he had the bladder issue, and the kidney bladder is the water element. His intelligence makes me think water.
Okay.
And then the combination of he's got a really kind, look to him, so I think there's some fire. So I would tend to type him as a water fire.
Okay.
And normally I think of the water fire as being, having a real long neck, kind of like the water horses can.
Yes.
But he's quarter horse.
Yes.
It's got the quarter horse influence in there.
Okay.
So you can even see, though, the refinement in his head. And the fact that he wants to go, but yet he's extremely intelligent, he learns things quickly, but there's, you know under the surface there's a little bit of reactiveness there.
Yes.
And so I'd go with a water fire on him, and I think your job for him is great. And in somebody's hands that didn't have good horse skills, what they might tend to do with him is pull on him all the time.
Yes.
Instead of teach him to relax.
Yes. The issues we've had to deal with him is get rid of old patterning.
Right.
And the more you pull on him, those old bad training,
Right.
just fly through
Mhm.
the bit. So
Yep.
we threw caution to the wind, put a snaffle in there,
Right.
and just asked for a trot and
Right.
waited for him to finally slow down
Yeah.
and lose fear over the bit and over
Right.
contact, and now he can accept it.
Right. So you're teaching him how to control and channel his energy instead of just like moving
Yes.
all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, perfect. I
Yep.
think think y'all done just a fantastic job for 21 years old. He looks great. He just looks happy.
Yes.
You know, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, and I, it's the lesson we have learned so much was that you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Yep.
But it took me about 3 months to finally have him put a little contact in the snaffle and just try to relax. But once now he knows it, he certainly 1 or 2 circles and boom, he's like, okay, yeah.
Very cool.
Trying to think if there's any specific questions. Do you have anything? You work with him a lot too.